Hey guys, it's April the 14th, 2025, and I hope everybody's been having a wonderful day so far today. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening here. We are just getting home. We've been on the road all day today. We got up first thing this morning. My wife took my kids to school. I went ahead and got ready and got some stuff together, like a cooler with some drinks and stuff like that in it. And we hit the road. We were on the road by 9 o'clock this morning. And we drove to the hospital, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys where we went. We went to Emory in Atlanta. And one of the reasons that we picked that hospital, because they're well known for their TIPS procedures. So that's one of the reasons that we went there. Another reason we went there too is because it's a pretty close hospital to us. It just make it easier for, transportation, family coming to see me if I was to get hospitalized after a procedure or whatever. Because there are some other hospitals, but they're just a little bit further. This was like 3 hours away, and the next, step up is like 8-9 hours away. There's one more hospital that's kind of close, and we're going to look into that as well. But I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys now that I didn't get good news today. I really don't even know what to say. I'm still kind of like in this like dazed kind of state right now. Like I said, we got up this morning, we drove. It was about a 3-hour drive, maybe a little bit longer because the traffic was so bad when we got to Atlanta today. And it was our first time ever going to Emory, so we were trying to find our way around. And we got there and we parked in the parking garage and then made it to it was pretty easy navigating the hospital. I will say, for anybody that does have to go to Emory Hospital in Atlanta, they've got that place organized really well. The place is laid out very well. When we pulled up to the front of the hospital, they had people directing you where to drive. And there were like 10 people. They had valet all over the place. And at MUSC, they have valet, but there would be just a few people. This place had like 10 valets and then a whole bunch of people directing people. It was nice. I was very impressed by the organization that they had there. But anyway, we went and found the suite that we were supposed to go to, which is interventional radiology. And we got up there. I was the first appointment after lunch today. Which my appointment was at 1, and we got there like right in the nick of time too. And I told my wife, she's like, it says that it's only supposed to take 2.5 hours to get there, and I was like, no way are we gonna like leave with 3 hours. Like, I'm leaving at least with 4 hours of time, and I'm glad that we did, because we got there at like 12:45 and we left at 9 o'clock this morning. And that was with us like only stopping one time to use the restroom and get gas, and that was it. The traffic was just really, really, really bad. There were a lot of accidents on I-20 going down there today as well. But anyway, we went in and I spoke with the doctor. First I spoke with the nurse, and the nurse was telling me, she's like, oh yeah, we do this kind of stuff all the time. And she asked me, what brings you here? And I told her, that my TIPS is occluded, and that I had heard nothing but great things about Emory, and I was really hoping that one of the doctors there would be willing to take a chance with me and try to clean this out. And she said, oh yeah, we do those types of things here all the time. I've never really seen them turn anybody down. And I'm not kidding. And the next time I bring my wife on, because she was sitting right there beside me. This chick's going on and on and on about how they never turn anybody down. So like, my hopes were up. And we waited and waited, and the doctor finally came in. I think it was probably about 1:35 by the time the doctor came in to speak to us. And I could just tell from the moment that she walked in the door of that room, she just had this look on her face, and I just knew something was up from the moment that she walked in. She sat down in the chair and, started talking to me, and I just kind of jumped in really quick and just started talking to her and telling her about my situation, what brought me there, that my TIPS was occluded, and I was really hoping that they would be willing to try to clean that out, because I didn't want to end up having ascites or a varices burst. And I explained to her that I have a history of varices bursting. I explained to her about my history with blood clotting. I just told her the whole thing, how many times I've been in the hospital, the amount of time that I've spent in the hospital, the amount of procedures that I've had. And she was sitting there like flipping through my file, just shaking her head as she's going through. And one of the first things she said to me when she walked in the room is that you've got a lot of problems. And she just kind of was flipping through the pamphlet with all my paperwork in it. And like I said, she just had this kind of like defeated look on her face the whole time. And I just knew something was up. And after I gave her my little spiel, and I did say too, I have a YouTube channel that, I was trying every angle that I could. I had a couple people say, you should definitely bring that up. And I thought, why not? It's at least, it might work. So I'm going to say something. And I just said, I've got a YouTube channel where I talk about sobriety. I do daily videos. And, I told her I have almost 20,000 subscribers on the channel. She didn't seem very impressed by that. And then, she got to telling me about, this and that. And I finally she was beating around the bush. And I finally went, could you just go ahead and just tell me, just give me the news. I said, I can tell by the look on your face. That's what I told her. I said, I can tell by the look on your face that the answer is going to be no. And she just kind of looked at me. I could tell that she did not want to say what she had to say, but she had to say it anyway. And she goes, yeah, I'm sorry, but we can't. I got a little ticked off, I'm not going to lie. And I just said, okay, well, let's not waste any more of our time here. I didn't need to hear anything else at that point. And what really irritated me is that, they could have sent me a message. They could have called me. They could have said, do you mind doing a video chat with us? I drove, we were in the car all day today. It's a 3-hour drive with no traffic. And we were in the car all day. It was a whole day in the car, and they could have just, done a video chat with me and said, look, we're sorry, but, it's too much of a risk. And that's what she told me. It's too risky. She did mention something about there's not enough flow through my splenic vein, and I didn't really catch it. I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys. I kind of checked out after she said no. I got upset, and I just wanted to leave at that point. I was about to cry. I could feel the tears starting to well up in my eyes, and I didn't want to cry in front of anybody. I didn't want to cry in the hospital. I just wanted to leave. I was ready to go home at that point. And, she said, yeah, I understand. I understand that you're upset. And I didn't say anything, but, the whole time just thinking, you guys could have saved me a trip down here. I didn't need a whole explanation of why. You could, just yes or no. And I could have moved on. But I will say this much, and this is the one saving grace with this whole thing, is that, had I listened to my insurance company and canceled this appointment today, my next appointment would have been June 3rd. I would have had to have waited till June 3rd to speak with them. And I refused. I said, I'm not doing that. I'll pay for it out of pocket. And they told me that I couldn't even pay for it out of pocket, that it would mess up the pre-approval and all this stuff. And I'm like, that makes absolutely no sense. I'm going to go anyway, regardless of what you guys say. It's my life, and I'm free to do whatever I want to do. And I'm going there, and I'm going to pay for it out of my pocket. I'm not even going to involve you guys. And then, the nurse case manager who deals with me in my insurance company, she called me back and said, oh, okay, it's fine now. You can go. And I'm like, well, of course I can. But, I wasn't trying to cause a problem. I just wanted to go ahead and get there so that I could get a yes or no answer. So what's next? And I'm so glad that I demanded just to go ahead and go and pay for it out of pocket, because now I have my answer. Now I can plan, okay, what's the next step? And I already know where the next hospital that I'm going to is. I'm not going to say which one that is quite yet. I'm going to wait until, things get all squared away with that. But when I was speaking with my GI doctor we had the initial appointment to get the referral to this other hospital. He had recommended this other hospital as well that I'm going to be going to next. And he said, this is the hospital that I would send you to. He goes, Emory's a great hospital. He said, I've had a lot of patients go there. They've had, everybody's been happy with going to Emory that I've sent over there. And, I told him, I said, it's just Emory's really close. It would just be, a closer hospital. It'd be more convenient for me and my family. And he goes, I totally get it. And he said, Emory's a great hospital. So that's why I wanted to go there, because like I said, it's just closer. And they're really well known for their interventional radiology department there. And they're one of the hospitals that on the East Coast that does the TIPS. And does recanalizations. And the doctor that, I didn't actually speak to the doctor, I spoke to the PA, but the doctor that I was, that might have done my surgery, this is what he does, is like he specializes in recanalizing, especially like TIPS. And he said that it's too risky. That it's not worth risking it going back in there again, and chance of infection, chance of irritating my liver, because I've had them do this before, like go in there and like my first TIPS procedure that I had, they irritated my liver so bad. I'd gotten the fluid almost all the way off, but right before I had my first TIPS procedure, I still had some fluid, but it was almost all gone. But after I had that TIPS, about a week later, I started to accumulate fluid on my belly again. It was because they had irritated my liver so bad from that initial attempt at my TIPS. Now, after I had the second TIPS, I didn't have any ascites at all, but they had gotten the flow through there going well and all that kind of stuff. So, but that's where we are now. Am I upset about it? I don't know if I would necessarily say that I'm upset. I'm more disappointed than anything. I'm just sad about it. But, I'm a firm believer in, that everything happens for a reason. And, when one door closes, 10 more doors open up. So I'm not going to go into this, thinking all negative things. I'm going to go into this like I've done everything else that I've dealt with the past 3 years. And that's with hope and, faith and just knowing that everything's going to work out. I have hope. I have so much hope. And I have faith that everything's going to work out. I've got all of you guys here. I'm so blessed to have this channel. And when we were on the way home today, I really started thinking about my blessings in life and all the things that I'm appreciative of. And I'm so appreciative and blessed to have my family. I'm so appreciative and blessed to have this YouTube community behind me, praying for me, being here for me. Allowing me to be a part of your life and your sobriety journey. I'm just so blessed. I'm blessed to be, just to be in the position that I'm at in my life, to still be here. And, my wife was really upset when we left the hospital today. And, I told her, I said, they told me almost 3 years ago that I only had a year left to live, and look at all this time that I've been here. I've been so blessed to have all this extra time that I did not think I was going to have. And it's not like I'm giving up. It's not like this is over. I'm not going to stop fighting. I'm going to continue to fighting until my last breath. I have a will to want to live. I have a will to want to be here. And I don't plan on going anywhere. And the thing is, at the end of the day, my interventional radiologist said that if I started to accumulate fluid on my belly, that he would go in there and clean it out, or attempt to clean it out. So I do have that going for me. Now, will the clot be too hard for him to break through? I don't know. Only time will tell. And only time's going to tell what's going to happen next. But I do have another hospital. And my doctor we have already talked about this. Like, I already had step 2 in my pocket before I even went to Emory. I already knew about this other hospital. I already told my doctor, you know, well, if Emory doesn't work out, then let's go ahead and plan on going to this other hospital. And I don't even have to even go see my GI doctor. He said, if things don't work out at Emory, just give me a call and I'll go ahead and send the referral into this other hospital. So, like, everything's already lined up for me to go ahead and go to this other hospital. I just have to call my GI doctor tomorrow and tell him that, you know, go ahead and line me up for this other place. And then it's going to be jumping through the hoops and navigating, you know, my health insurance and making sure that they're in line, because this is definitely out of network. You know, they've already started this pre-authorization process for Emory Hospital, and now I got to call them and say, forget about it. It's going to be this other hospital now. But it is what it is. You know, I'm upset about it. You know, I shed a couple tears, but I fought the tears back, and I didn't cry. You know, I had a couple of them sneak out of my eye after we got done with the appointment. I had to excuse myself and go to the bathroom as soon as we got done. You know, I just wanted to, you know, try and stay as strong as I possibly could for my wife. Because I could just tell, 'cause as soon as the doctor said that, I just saw her face just drop. You know, and she just doesn't want to, she doesn't want to lose her husband, and she doesn't want to, you know, see me go through all this stuff all over again. You know, the ascites and just being really sick. You know, she's been here through all of this. And, you know, like I said, I just really wanted to just try and stay as strong as I possibly could for her. So I just fought it back. And, you know, I just was really positive on the way home, and, you know, just told her, you know, this is going to work out. And I truly do believe it's going to work out. You know, I wasn't just talking like that to her, you know, to make her feel good. I was saying these things because I honestly do believe that this is all going to work out. I mean, there's really no other option. And if it doesn't work out, it's going to work out. Everything's going to be okay. I mean, there's no other way around it. It's like I told my wife when we were on our way back. I said, life isn't going to stop just for little old me, and the world is not going to stop turning. You know, everything's going to keep happening the way that it does. And, you know, I just need to be thankful for all the things I do have in my life and all the blessings that I have. And that's what I'm doing right now. You know, I'm thinking about all the things that I'm grateful for and all the blessings that I have in my life, because I have a lot. I have a lot of things to be thankful for. I have a lot of blessings. And one of the biggest ones is having all of you all here behind me, and having all of you guys here, you know, watching the videos every single day and taking in what I'm saying. You know, you guys give me purpose in my life again, and that's something that I lost for quite a while after I'd gotten sick the first couple of times. I had lost my purpose. I'd been bedridden, and I just lost purpose in life, and that really drugged me down. And once I started doing this channel, doing the videos every day, and, you know, talking with you guys every day, it just gives me purpose. It gives me something to do. It gives me drive, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something important in this world. And I just want to say thank you to all of you for allowing me to have purpose again. I truly do appreciate it. And that's one of the most important things I think that I gained from this channel is purpose and friendship from all of you all. It really does make me feel good knowing that I've got so many beautiful people here, you know, backing me up. And I truly do appreciate each and every single one of you. I haven't had an opportunity to get to the comments yet. Like I was saying in yesterday's video too, I did a lot of sleeping yesterday and just laying around. I didn't get to the comments from Saturday's video. I plan on catching up tomorrow on yesterday's video, Saturday's video, and today's video. I plan on to spend the whole day just trying to get to all the comments. So I'm sorry if I haven't gotten to you yet. I've had a lot going on, guys, and I'm so sorry. I will get to them. It's like this morning, as soon as I woke up, I had to get in the shower, get dressed, and then I was driving. And I've been driving all day long, so there was just no way for me to get to in the comments. And even if I wasn't driving, I can't look at my phone while we're in the car. It'll make me sick. But we just got home. I've got to go in here and get this video put together and then cook dinner for my family. Your kids got school again tomorrow morning, so I've got to get them all situated. But I will be getting to all of your comments. I'll probably try to start getting to some of them tonight, here in just a little bit. I kind of need to just chill out for a little bit, get my kids fed, and maybe just lay on my couch for a minute, just turn on the TV and zone out for a second. But I will get to all of your comments. I'm going to reply to you guys. And I read through a couple of the comments this morning really quick. I was using the restroom before we left, and I just kind of glanced through the comments from yesterday's video. And there's some really nice comments there. And thank you so much, guys. I just didn't have time to reply. I was really just trying to read through them really fast. But once again, thank you so much. And like I said, guys, everything is going to be okay. I'm not going to go back and relapse or anything because of this or anything like that. I'm just going to keep living, and hopefully I'll wake up tomorrow morning and I'm just going to move forward with tomorrow. It's going to be a brand new day, and it's an opportunity to seize the day and, just fill my day with as much stuff as I can and try to be as productive as I can. And try to be as positive as I can and try my best to leave a positive mark on this planet before I leave. And that's my mission in life now is to do my best to make as much of a positive impact on this world as I can before I go. And my way of doing that is by doing these videos and trying to help as many people as I possibly can and try to educate people about this, because guys, I can promise you right now, it truly isn't worth it. It's just not. Here I am dealing with this right now. If for anything else in this world, stay sober today for me, just for what I'm going through. Do it for me today. You'd be doing me a huge favor. Don't drink for me today. Because of all the stuff that I've had to deal with. Just do it for me today. You can do it for whatever reason tomorrow, but don't drink for me today. That's the favor I'm asking from you guys, is stay sober today for me. And if you do that, I'm telling you, that's the best gift that you could ever give me. And it will make me feel a heck of a lot better about what I have going on, knowing that there's so many people out there that are going to stay sober today. And, that's just one more day of sobriety, one more day that you didn't damage your liver or your pancreas or your heart or your brain or your stomach or your esophagus or your skin or your gallbladder or your spleen. I mean, it destroys almost every single organ in our body. Alcohol is literal poison. It is. And I poured that stuff down my throat my whole entire life, and turned a blind eye to all the health consequences because I didn't want to know, because I thought that if I did see that stuff, or if someone told me, this is what can happen, that I would have to make a decision, and I would have to stop drinking or continue to drink knowing these things. And I just decided, well, I'm going to turn a blind eye to it, and I'd rather not know. And hindsight's always 20/20, and man, if I could go back in time, I was just telling somebody the other day that, if I had an opportunity, if somebody said, I've got a time machine and you get one opportunity to go back in time, only one, I said I wouldn't go back in time and tell myself, here's the lottery numbers for this $50 million lottery, or here's going to be the winning team for this Super Bowl so you can bet on it, or anything like that. I would go back in time and I would take those pictures with me from the times I had ascites, and I would take pictures from all the times I spent in the hospital, and I would go back and I would tell my younger self and say, look at all these things that are going to happen. the amount of stress and pain that you're going to go through because you want to continue to drink, it's not worth it. And if you continue drinking this way, this is what's going to happen. And that's what I would do if I had an opportunity to go back in time. I would tell myself to put that bottle down and just quit. I'm being dead serious. That's what I would tell myself, because I wouldn't be dealing with this right now. But at the end of the day, this is what I'm dealing with, and there is no time machine, and that's just all hypothetical. At the end of the day, this is the reality, and this is what we're living in, and I'm not going to stop fighting. I'm going to fight as hard as I possibly can. I'm not going to stop going to my doctor's appointments. I'm not going to stop taking my medication, and I'm not going to stop looking for a doctor until I've run out of all options. And if I run out of options here in the United States, well, then maybe I'll start looking in another country. But we'll just have to see what happens from here. Like I said, there's another hospital that I've already got lined up. I just got to call my doctor first thing in the morning and say, go ahead and get me the referral over there. I need to call my insurance company tomorrow and let them know what's going on so they can get working on that. And that's where we're going from here. And, I've had 2 no's at this point now. My original interventional radiologist and the interventional radiologist at Emory have told me no, both of them. But I'm not going to stop there, and I'm going to keep going. Now, if I've gone to every single hospital that can do it here in the States, well, then maybe I'll start looking in another country. But hopefully it doesn't get to that point. Hopefully I can find one here in this country. But once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm almost at 30 minutes. I didn't think I was going to have a video that long today, but it's okay. So anyway, that's what it is, guys. It's unfortunate, but it's okay. It's going to be okay. And like I said, I'm really blessed. And I'm thankful for just being here right now and being able to talk to you guys. And I'm thankful that when I get done doing this video, I get to go inside and give my kids a hug and see them another day and tell them I love them. And that's the most important thing. None of us are guaranteed tomorrow. And I definitely am not. So just going to keep doing what I've been doing and living each day, day by day, and just staying as positive as I possibly can, not letting stuff drag me down, and keep trying. And like I said, hopefully I will find a doctor that'll be willing to take a chance with me. So let's all hope and pray. Thank you so much for watching today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope that you guys have a great start to your day tomorrow. And if for anything else, like I said, stay sober for me today. Don't drink. For me, all I'm asking is that one favor for you guys, and it's just don't drink today, or don't use whatever the substance is just for today. For me, see how you feel tomorrow. And here's the thing: if you're already sober, don't go trying to get sober today. For me, that's not what I'm asking. So please don't misconstrue me. I'm saying stay sober today if you're already sober. If you're going to try to get sober, you need to speak with a doctor first. Please do not try getting sober on your own if you've been drinking for the past 20 years, or if you've been drinking for a long period of time, pretty much every day or every other day or whatever. Speak to a doctor first and let the doctor make the decision on what they want to do, because they might want to put you through a medical detox or put you on some kind of medication, because just stopping alcohol abruptly or benzodiazepines, it can be life-threatening, and you can have a lot of health consequences that can happen because of that, one of them being seizures. So just please be careful. Like I said, I'm not saying, if you've been drinking for the last 20 years and you're watching this video, that I'm telling you don't drink today, because that's not what I'm saying. If you are thinking about getting sober, please speak with the doctor first and see where they want to go with it from there. It's up to your doctor to decide, and please do that, because like I said, it can be very dangerous. What I was saying is that if you've been sober for the past 6 months and that thought's been on your mind today, don't drink for me today. Like, get that out of your head, and don't drink for me today. But don't go just getting sober today for me. That's not what I'm asking. But anyway, guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, I'm going to be okay, and everything's going to be all right. And I'll be back tomorrow making another video, and I'll be here the rest of the week. And if I end up in the hospital, guys, I'm going to be making videos from the hospital. So I'm not worried about it, and you guys shouldn't be either. Everything's going to be okay. I have faith that everything's going to be all right. So once again, thank you so much for watching, guys. I am so tired. I'm going to try to get to your comments tonight. If not, I'm going to wake up in the morning and start, going back to the older comments and getting to them. I hate leaving everybody's comments just laying there. I know there's a lot of you who, reach out and tell me what's going on with you and all that kind of stuff, and I don't want to just leave it there. So I will get to you. I just wanted to throw that out there that I just haven't had an opportunity yet. But once again, guys, I love you guys so much. And until tomorrow, I will see y'all then. Y'all have a great rest of your night.